Okay, what is it, 27th?
Yes, sir.
Of March, 2025. The number one asshole, that's me, as proof by my pretty wife, said, "You're getting paid to be an asshole." I said, "I'm getting paid to teach it." All right, and then I got some dog tags the other day. A lady who has a Army surplus store that says Dr. John Ellis, number one asshole. So there you are. Okay, all righty. This is from Georgia, Karlton, VA. Service Connect ready for tinnitus, and VA has a sleep study ad diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea, and prescribed the machine. They denied claim due to lack of a Nexus. Okay, you always have to have a Nexus report. You know, you need a veteran service officer to help you file this stuff, but you need a Nexus report with somebody who knows what they're doing. Unfortunately, 50% of litigation requires a doctor's report, and all we learn is malpractice prevention, and we screw it up. And so sometimes you have to travel from all over to come see a hick doctor. A federal employee from Ohio who teaches raters in each state said they're not well trained, and it said that many of the doctors and nurse practitioners and PAs at the VA are really not trained to do Nexus report. You don't want a Nexus report from the VA. And don't just send your records in without a Nexus report. You have to have a doctor explaining how this is interconnected. Now, in VA and federal, the law is extremely fair, but someone needs to know. And here's the problem. Doctors have a tough time making a diagnosis without an MRI or a test or something like that. This is how you make a diagnosis, doctors, if you're listening. Person goes on a trip, mission trip, endemic for hepatitis A. They don't have a hepatitis A vaccine. And you're reading the letter of his buddy, hearsay of hearsay, that 21 days later he has yellow eyes, which is jaundice. Doctor, what's your thought? Well, he's got hepatitis A. With that information, since you've got the white coat on, that's reasonable medical certainty. More likely not is the way you say it in the VA. It's not rocket science. The VA law and the federal workers' comp law are ridiculously fair. Now, it wouldn't win in criminal court. It wouldn't win in many state workers' comps, but in federal, that's the law. Okay. Oh, so then you get a CAT scan and you got a gallstone, common duct gallstone, making the bile go up to the eyes yellow. What's your thought, doctor? Well, he's got jaundice from the common duct stone. That's reasonable medical certainty. The lab test comes back and he has hepatitis at the same time as the gallstone. Therefore, both the diagnoses are correct. You can make a diagnosis. Now, I'm not going to make a diagnosis of leukemia or Hodgkin's disease, but if you had flat feet and they got worse in the service, I can make that diagnosis. If you said you strained your back or something and I believe it, then I make that diagnosis, and then that is a medical record. Because if you don't have records in the service, especially no one's going to have records of basic training, no one's going to go repeat basic. And then if you're a 101st Airborne Marine and you're crazy, you never file anyway. And now crazy to these guys is a compliment, you know. Okay. Now, they denied my claim due to Nexus. Would it be too outrageous to speak with you to get a Nexus letter for sleep apnea secondary to tinnitus? Yes, it would be outrageous, because all you do is go to ellisclinic.com and you print out this protocol, send that stuff in, and anything else that happened in the service. Because you may have never thought about filing for that knee or that ankle or that back strain. Put it in there. It's $500 a condition. It's worth a try. Now, if you have two shoulders, it'd be $1,000. Now, if you want a DBQ, it's an extra $500 for each one. Okay, but if you have a neck and numbness down both arms, that's just one claim. If you have hearing loss and reading ears, that's just one claim. Okay, same way with the back. All right. So, no, it's outrageous. Just fill out the form, send it in your records, and we'll call you and make an appointment. All right, because that's what we do. This is Ryan from West Virginia. FERS. Does your office write reasonable accommodation for veterans for my employers, and what is the approximate cost of the process? Now, FERS, Federal Employment Retirement Service, go to ellisclinic.com, read a little bit about it, fill out the form, and get in here and write your FERS report. We may be able to do it by telephone or televideo, okay? And so they're saying FERS is you can't do the job for which you're hired, and you get to retire early, which is different than Social Security, which is no gainful employment. We also do those reports, okay? But now reasonable accommodations, and you live in Georgia. No, you live in West Virginia. I don't want you to drive that far. We probably could get that taken care of on the phone or a video call, and it may not be. It'd be probably $500 if even that much, but it'd be $500. But if it's FERS, it is definitely $500, and we can do it by telehealth. And if they don't like it, then you come from West Virginia. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, FERS, just like Social Security, they deny it the first time through. They just do it. Okay. So don't take it personally. But you need doctors to know what they're doing. The trouble is we don't. I don't know if I'm any good. There's just not many people doing this. Okay. Here's Frank from a VA from Oklahoma. 7% PTSD, 10% tinnitus, 70% overall. Okay, so I did those claims straight through the VA. Good. Well, see, I was wrong. He did it with the VA. Good for them. So whoever helped you out, good. Now, it may have been a veteran service officer. That's different. Okay.
You've already said the Oklahoma veteran.
Oh, the Oklahoma.
Better than most.
Yeah, Muskoge's real fair. Okay. I have other issues I truly believe are due to 20 years maintenance career fields. Yeah, of course. But I can't tie them to a specific documented injury. There's no documented injury for cumulative trauma. Okay? Now, in the old days, as old as I am, when you had a typewriter, because I'm just two fingers, and you turned the paper and you'd used whiteout, and no one got carpal tunnel. But then when you have a keyboard, it's like, when you do that on a keyboard, you can feel that. I can feel that in my elbows, my wrists, and shoulders, and even in my neck right now. Then if you're a hard-working person and conscientious, and you don't take a break every 15 minutes, you're going to get deep veins, you're going to get carpal tunnel, you get cubital tunnel, you're going to hurt the neck. It's going to bother it. All right, so you just come in and if I believe it's true, I will write the report. You're struggling financially, give us a call. Okay, now that's good stuff. This is
raising 8 sons.
Running 8 sons. That's
He's
right.
Consistent.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a consistent fellow.
Yeah. Put some tears on the report and let's take care of you. Absolutely, we're going to take care of you. Okay. All right. And of course, the time is precious. Not to me, but there are people all over needing the time. But we're going to give you that time. Absolutely. It's like I do widow pensions for vets that, and I charge them $500, but I gift it off. If you charge a widow light, you come through the ceiling. But can you imagine how fun it is to get a vet's widow pension? Oh, makes my day. Okay. Or also, let's say you're under the bridge and you're homeless and blah, blah, blah. And so you come in that situation, I would probably make you come up with $500, maybe standing on the street corner getting it, and we'll do 4 claims. We'll send you one. Then as you get paid and you go, then we'll send you another one, and we'll send you another, and you don't have to come back 4 times. But and vets, and VSOs, you got people with this kind of financial stuff. Give us a call. Give us a chance at it. All righty. You can't outgive God, folks, isn't it? All right. Here's Lewis from Arizona. OWCP permanent impairment rating. How do I get my CA1 reviewed again? You come in here, we will do another medical rationale report. Now remember, claims never close. They close and they get lost, but you always get to go back again, until finally you get a hold of somebody. Now, let's say your claims examiner just has it in for you, and many of them do. Then we'll go to an oral hearing, and those officers have always been very reasonable. They understand the law. If not, we'll take it to the employee compensation be awarded. Okay? So it's very common in federal workers' comp and in personal injury and in car wrecks and everything else for everybody to get denied because there's a bias, an antagonism, an actual hatred against anybody who files a claim because they're all faking. So I was, about a year ago, I was in a barber shop, and old man, because we're all old men, of all these vets filing for all this disability and everything else. I said, sir, are you a doctor? No. Have you read the VA law? No. Have you examined any of these people? Well, sir, you're full of shit. That's the law. The law is very clear that these vets are being taken care of. This is not charity. Have you ever worked for a job where they could kill you? I don't care if this person worked in a desk in Hawaii the whole time. They can be killed. That's a different deal. And that's the law. And you're out of line, sir. You want to go outside and discuss it? I get mad at stupid people. Here's Sergio from Texas, OWCP. Okay, 2018, these conditions, and he has tingling in his arms. Okay, now, if you hit your funny bone, these two fingers tingle. If it depends on the nerve in the neck, a C7 is this finger, a C6 is these fingers, C8 is that finger. Also, tightness in your muscles, like if you sleep on your arm is going to sleep, and especially these side, okay? But you're having nerve impingement. But you've got approved, strain of the thoracic band, a strain of the lumbar, a wrist sprain, which could be this nerve, carpal tunnel. Forearm level, you could have a sprain from right here that pinching the nerve. A contusion of the head, distal counter. There may be more things. If you had a contusion, something else probably went on. You may not have everything approved. But anyway, obviously, you need a doctor's report saying, connecting them. The medical rationale, federal workers' comp, or anything else. You need a white coat. And like I said, we're not trained in the medical rationale for all the different systems. But I've been doing this since the early 70s. I am the book, I am the encyclopedia. And there really isn't a book for doctors. Okay, here's one that I received a Nexus from your doctor. It may have been me, it may have been one of my other people. Due to PTSD, and mentioned tinnitus. Claim denied because tinnitus cannot cause sleep apnea. Yes, it does. There's medical literature and case law that it does. Now, I don't know who did it here, but look at the report and see if we cited that. We usually would cite the tinnitus, how it contributes to sleep apnea and rapid eye movement, sleep and stuff, and then there's case law. Right? But if not, then send the report to us, and this letter. And we'll look up and we'll send you citations because that doctor, we've had some new people come in. They may have not remembered to add those citations. We do that. It's under higher level review. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't have a citation, they're probably going to deny you. So let's do another report for you, or the addendum of the report, and add that. So that we got the documentation for that already. So, but you can also Google it yourself. Just Google tinnitus and sleep apnea. VA tinnitus and sleep apnea, and you'll come up with all kinds of citations. Google, AI finds a lot of that stuff. All righty. Look up PTSD and sleep apnea. Because when you have PTSD, it's a part of your brain that makes you suddenly pour out norepinephrine and cortisol to wake you up. So that's service connected for certain. And the two of them together, but you probably had some asshole just denying him to be denying them. Okay. If you read the law, folks, everything has to be accepted in federal and VA. Now, state worker comp, in Oklahoma, it's got to be 51%. Criminal law, beyond a reasonable shadow of doubt. Here is, here's the hearing test by a vet, and they told me not to guess when I couldn't tell what a word was, and he replayed it 2 to 3 times louder each time until I clearly heard, included that my word recognition was great. Now that's outright fraud. I'm telling you, one of these days, I'm going to go after some goddamn audiologist, and these are the right words. That's fraud. It's supposed to be a CD-ROM, and it's not an IQ test. And if they don't understand it, they don't understand it. But what it's picking up is, if you're in a restaurant and there's noise, you're not a part of the party. Okay, and most people with tinnitus and hearing loss, that's the problem. If there's any extraneous noise, you're lost. And I have people with hearing aids, and then if I cover my mouth, they can't hear me. I have to yell at them, and they say 96% of the words he understood. That's a lie. Federal government, and I'm coming after you. I'm going to kick your ass if you do this.
They're only supposed to repeat it one time.
It's supposed to be on a CD-ROM. They're not supposed to repeat it at all. If the person's saying it, you say, Doc Ellis told me to go to the OIG and turn you in. My latest, I've done 1,690 trials and deposition testimonies, and every time I've been to federal criminal court, the judges threaten the prosecuting attorneys with contempt and jail. Read my transcripts, federal employees, federal attorneys. You don't know want to mess with me. If you come in to see me, you better damn sure know your law, because I will not tolerate stupid from a federal employee. Okay.
Thank you, Doc.